Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Your eyes do not deceive you. This is indeed a 1913 Type 1 Buffalo nickel made of gold. You'll never guess how much this thing sold for. Let's explore! A surprisingly nice strike on this coin. I was made aware of this by Silver Honda, who drives a paid-off blue Honda. I'm looking at an article here from CoinWeek.com that documents this story. It is a unique gold buffalo nickel, and it sold for $400,000. Wow, pretty amazing, and it's only been recently discovered. In this article by Mike Byers, we're going to go through this, and I think the story is quite fascinating. A gold buffalo nickel, unique, one of a kind, has been sold by Mike Byers Incorporated for $400,000 to the JDG Trust, owner of number one ranked PCGS registry sets of buffalo nickels. So below we'll have some images in this original Mint Era news article from this unique item. As amazing as it sounds, this is a 1913 buffalo nickel struck on a US $5 gold planchet. This unique discovery surfaced in 2019 and was previously unknown to the numismatic community. It's amazing that even now today new discoveries are being found. Struck during the era of the five known world-famous 1913 Liberty Head nickels, valued at millions each, this unique gold buffalo nickel is either a mint heir or a piece de capri. It was likely made for a mint official or a famous numismatist. Yes, indeed, that very well could have been the case where it wasn't an error. It could have also been struck for presentation purposes, but it is not listed in Judd as a pattern. The only comparable U.S. coins struck in gold and not in their official adopted metals, copper, nickel, and silver, are the following, and this is quite interesting. 6 known Indian head cents struck on a $2.50 gold planchets. 2 of these sold at public auctions for $253,000 and $276,000. And I personally sold one at $300,000, the author did. These are well documented with famous pedigrees. The 1900 and MS65 PCGS that I sold for $300,000 was formerly in the collections of B.G. Johnson and Colonel Green. Then there were 2 known 1915 Pan Pacific half-dollar struck over $20 St. Gaudens gold coins. In other words, these coins were already struck, and they were struck over that. That's happened before in times. Private issued mints have done that. One example I can give is where state quarters, the Arkansas state quarter design, the alternative version was struck. It's a little bit X-rated, but nonetheless, it was quite a humorous thing, but it defaced a coin, the quarter. Anyways, this Pan American Pacific dollar realized $460,000 in heritage auction. These are commemorative half-dollar struck over U.S. $20 gold coins that were very famous and listed in Judd reference book. And nonetheless, there's also 12 specially minted 22-karat gold Sacagawea dollars flown in space on Space Shuttle Columbia. I remember reading about that in the news at the time. Originally, 39 were struck by the United States Mint, but 27 were destroyed. After flying in space, these 12 gold Sacagawea dollars were deposited at Fort Knox, and numismatistic value of each of these are at about $1 million each. They've not been seen on display. Are they really at Fort Knox? Is the gold really at Fort Knox? Stay tuned for maybe another video on that topic. Moving ahead, if you enjoy videos like this, I like to cover coin news and special numismatic news as well as precious metal space. And I thank my viewers for sending stories along like this, like Silver Honda did for this story to me. But nonetheless, if you enjoy things like this and content, I hope you will consider subscribing, pressing the notification bell so that you can be apprised of the latest video that makes its way across your device. Originally discovered by Silvano de Genova, a well-known coin dealer in Laguna Beach, California, who brought it to my table. This is the author's table, and at the 2019 Long Beach Expo for me to examine and authenticate. Naturally, I was in a state of shock, examining it closely. I'm sure the coin still retained considerable original luster, almost exhibiting a matte surface. Here was an unknown gold buffalo nickel, slightly circulated, with a test cut on the reverse indicating it had been struck on a solid gold planchet. And by the way, if this is somewhat of familiarity to you, you may remember not long ago I showed in a video one that I had in my hand of a platinum coin struck in gold. I will post a link to that video in the end screen if you missed it, because it was quite an incredible and unique error as well. Although it was impossible to know for sure, the test cut was probably made decades ago before the formation of coin grading companies and the technology to analyze a coin non-invasively. Test cuts were often made on older coins to determine their metal content. My conclusion, the author's conclusion, was that it was unquestionably authentic. So Sil and I had Fred Weinberg examine it next at his table. At the time, Fred was the PCGS consultant for mint errors, and he agreed that it was authentic and a spectacular discovery. Sil then submitted it to PCGS and they authenticated it, but chose not to grade it due to the test cut. This surprised me due to the fact that several well-known U.S. coins, rare and special patterns, and die trials and mint errors have been certified by PCGS and NGC and regular holders rather than net graded with details due to unique circumstances. A few examples include the uniquely canceled 1860 Seated Liberty half-dollar pattern in copper, which is Judd 269, and the unique canceled 2011 to 2013 Martha Washington quarter test piece, Judd 2225, and unique 1814 platinum bust half, Judd 44A, with punch marks and graffiti, and the Dexter 1804 dollar with a counter-stamped D. The $1804 alone is worth several $1 million. Now, I know several of you Dexter Morgan freaks are probably thinking, what a coincidence. Dexter Morgan is what we are all familiar with, the special blood splatter analyst for Miami, for the Miami law enforcement agencies down there. But this is the Dexter $1804, not a Morgan dollar. But I digress. You got to be a special kind of fan to get that reference. It seems to me, as well as to other experts, that this unique gold buffalo nickel with the test cut properly belonged to an irregular holder, certified by PCGS or NGC. Sil placed this buffalo nickel in a heritage sale where it realized a shockingly low $78,000 due to being in a PCGS authentic but ungradable holder. The dealer who purchased it immediately split it with me at his cost, and I believe that it was an incredible bargain even in the PCGS holder. So the author submitted it to NGC to be examined and potentially certified with a grade and a regular holder. NGC concluded that the test cut did not prevent this gold buffalo nickel from being certified and graded in a regular holder. Now in an NGC AU53 holder, it has been publicized in Mint Error News and commands the all respect for being a unique U.S. gold coin. True that. Yeah, I would say that's the case. The author has handled 3 of the 6 gold Indian cents, but handling this unique gold buffalo nickel will certainly highlight my career, and it belongs in the finest collection of major Mint Errors unique coins or buffalo nickels. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Here's some quotes from well-respected numismatists who examined this unique discovery. Dave Camire, the gold buffalo nickel ranks at the top of my list as the best error coins I've ever seen. When I finally get to writing the second edition of the Whitman's 100 Greatest U.S. Error Coins, this will certainly be an addition. James Halperin, A fascinating coin. One has to wonder whether it was created by the same person who made the 1913 Liberty nickels. Good question. Andy Lustig, a gold buffalo nickel is a perfect example of a coin that lies right on the line between something so cool that someone at the mint would have had to have struck one, and so ridiculously impossible that nobody would have had the nerve to actually do it. Well, here we are. And John Wang, the unique gold buffalo nickel, is an incredible coin, an amazing discovery, being discovered in 2019, over a century after its creation. I immediately thought that it ranks among the top U.S. Mint rarities, and as such should be straight graded. It's wonderful to have NGC recognize the importance of this coin by authenticating and grading it as AU53. The fame and stature of this coin will only grow over time. I agree with that too, and I applaud NGC for doing that as well. I'm not the biggest fan of NGC, but I think that's wonderful that they did that. Mark Crane, the 2008 $10 Buffalo and the 2016 Centennial non-Buffalo issues are the closest modern issues because they invoke the fantasy of the real issue. The old original coin in gold, which has always been dreamt of. Collectors love those modern U.S. Mint dreams. When Sil de Genova shared his out-of-this-world unique discovery gold buffalo, collectors and dealers everywhere were amazed, proud, and envious all at once. A striking piece of Capri with the introduction of the second type in 1913. Yes, indeed. Ron Guth, the gold 1913 Buffalo nickel, immediately brought to mind the wonders will never cease. After decades in the coin business, very little surprises me, but this was a bolt out of the blue. Sure was. What an amazing thing. Now, they didn't put any links to the pictures here, but I was able to find them from Heritage Auctions, and this is something to behold here. Look at this. Amazing to see. So look at this up close. You got to sign in to see this, a larger picture. But let's see. We do have a 360 video here that shows it in different lighting conditions as it's turned. And that is pretty astonishing to see this coin in that regards. Wow, look at it. Well done. Very, very cool. And now let's take a look at the other side. This is the back. Actually, you know what? This is a Type 2. This is the Type 2, not the Type 1, as I said earlier. I didn't see a good close look at this back. And so this was done, I guess, later in the year. What an amazing thing, though, to see. Wow. Let's take a look at this closer picture here. You can see it. And here is the back. Again, we have to have an account. I don't want to sign up for an account. But here, I think, is where that cut is. Man, it's kind of too bad that's there. But nonetheless, I guess they had to do it. But that's a very well-struck piece in gold. 90% gold at that. Here is the what it was in the original PCGS holder. AU details, test cut, and Mint Air. Wow. Struck in a $5 planchet, 8.33 grams. Look at that. Pretty interesting. And now let's take a look at it on the reverse of the coin. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. Fascinating indeed. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. Thanks again to Silver Hunter for sharing it with me. And I want to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.